This is vicious, grinding the face right into the cage wall.
Fans rule. Bah! Come on. All that matters is getting a victory.
Cage matches can get brutal, and this is the perfect example of that.
Yeah, but for a match like this, you should be able to bend the rules a little. What a letdown.
Yeah, well, that's not hard to do when you're a 7-foot monster. Believe me, I can relate.
You know, you can show off for the crowd all you want, but all that does is let your opponent rest up.
That's smart strategy right there, I'm telling you, using the ring rope for a weapon like that. Come on! Everyone knows that move, and the stunner might be all she wrote.
Certainly makes my stomach turn, along with a few other parts of my anatomy. Fierce slap to the chest. It's got to make you think twice about continuing the match. The determination in these superstars is truly inspiring. She may be beautiful, but Tori Wilson is much more than just a pretty face. Yeah, there aren't too many superstars who have managed to give the boss a stunner and keep their jobs.
That's a crash course in how to take a 30-foot fall. No doubt. I can't take anything away from Sabu. The guy is hardcore to the bone.
The proof is in the pudding. Look at how much championship gold he's worn.
That's an honest living if ever there was one. Literally fighting for survival. The guy can work a crowd, no doubt about it, and knows how to work over an opponent, too.
They sure do, and I'm sure they'd love to see him emerge victorious here tonight. I'm sure this superstar would argue the benefits of feeding off of the audience.
If he hadn't cut his fingernails earlier, that would have been a 3 count. Who writes this stuff?
Smart move right there, slamming his opponent's head into that barrier like that. Man, he just knocked his opponent out cold right there. I love it.
The scars all over his body is a testament of his determination. Trust me. Like what? Are you finally going to shut up for a few seconds so we can enjoy the match in peace?
Let's analyze the strategy being shown in the ring. Whose do you think is more sound?
I don't know, but I wish I did. Just so I could stay the hell away from there.
He could taunt all he wants, but if it costs him the match, his opponent will have the last laugh.
And neither am I. That kind of finish leaves a bad taste in your mouth.
Wham! Right to the ring post. That's how you pick an opponent apart.
Tori Wilson, of course, has appeared on the cover of Playboy magazine not once, but twice. We are seeing some unbelievable brutality in this match. Modified swinging neck breaker. He absolutely planted him there. Take a picture of this and put it in the dictionary next to the term compromising position.
He also never met a title he didn't win. Notice the connection there, Weisenheimer? I gotta tell you, I was so pumped up about this match, I hardly slept last night. That's the same mouth has gotten Hot Rod in quite a few fights over the years.
Look at this, head first, right into the exposed steel of that uncovered turnbuckle.
That's the same mouth has gotten Hot Rod in quite a few fights over the years.
I don't have a rule book on me, but I would have to guess that closed fists are illegal. Evidently, he skipped school when they were teaching lessons in Southern hospitality. Batista is one of the most dominant superstars in WWE history. How sadistic! That ring rope is cutting off the oxygen supply. The animal may be large and intimidating, but he can also move around in the ring. He thinks he's got one last world title run in him, and I'm inclined to believe it.
If you let your opponent use that cage against you, you might as well throw in the towel.
And that's exactly why you can't take a steel cage match lightly. Can only hope the ref regains some kind of control over this match, or who knows what could happen.
Oh yeah, the backcracker. That thing's got that name for a reason.
The cage itself can be a weapon in this match, as we've just seen. It looks like there just wasn't enough left in the tank to kick out of the pin. They sure aren't. Anyone who uses a speaker as a weapon certainly motivated. We should all be grateful that Mr. McMahon has graced us with his presence tonight.
Oh my God, he is just a couple inches away of becoming Mr. Money in the Bank.
That's just conflict resolution right there. You can't breathe, you can't fight.
Oh, that's a wicked head scissors right there. That move will put you right in the driver's seat.
That's not arrogance, that's confidence. And confidence wins matches. Very funny there, wise guy. Remind me to fix your knuckle sandwich after this match.
I admire his drive, but his methods are questionable to say the least. Part of the reason why is because of his ability to throw the rule book out the window.
Holy cow! He's smashing his opponent face first right into the ring steps.
He's almost literally on top of the world. This one's almost over. Hey, if the ref didn't see it, it didn't happen. Quit being such a little stooge.
Of course not. Rude gets you so mad, You can't see straight.
He is getting down to business. He's in the sports entertainment business, isn't he?
You gotta use every weapon you can when you're in a cage match, even a cage itself. Holy cow! He just stole this guy's finisher. That takes some guts. Whoa, there goes the ref. Well, might as well chuck the rule book out the window now. Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. One mistake and we're gonna see that fire go out pronto. I can't believe this one ended in a countout. God, talk about a ripoff.
I don't care who you are. Getting nailed with the playmaker will leave you counting the lights.
Back when he used to compete in ECW, did you ever think he'd wind up writing children's books?
A sleeper hold like that can make you hibernate like a polar bear. Believe me, there ain't nothing cute about that. What a wicked execution. A sleeper hold like that can make you hibernate like a polar bear. Believe me.
Got his opponent right where he wants him, and there's a vicious forearm right across the eyes. Whoa! Clothesline from hell! I think he just took this guy's head off. Oh man, I'm telling you, this will not improve your odds of winning any.
That's what worries me. I'd hate to have a monster like Snitsky having his run of the place. That superstar is dangerously close to being buried alive. Did you see that? He just threw his opponent off of the cell. He'd better watch out, though. His cockiness could backfire in a major way. Well, I don't know Art, but I know what I don't like, and I don't like Chris Masters' arrogance. He's just radiating confidence, and he's got a lot to be confident about. Thanks for proving my point. Looks like I'll need to change my pants during the next commercial break.
Yeah, well, if you lose, you'll have plenty of time to think about what you did wrong.
Nothing makes you more grouchier than a trash can upside your head.
Jeff Hardy is definitely one of the most enigmatic superstars in the business.
I'll tell you, I miss The Rock's mean streak. Two can be nasty when he wants to be. I'll tell you, I miss The Rock's mean streak. Two can be nasty when he wants to be. Yeah, well, I've seen her get emotional on her opponents, and she's downright scary. RKO! That's pain personified right there, son. Hey, what brand is that speaker? That bass was so good, I want to go out and buy a set. Caddy, she's as harmless as a kitten. Puppies! RKO! That's pain personified right there, son.
Oh man, this ain't gonna be pretty. Close fist shots in the turnbuckle. And that's to his credit. Rick Rude doesn't care if you like him or not. I love it.
If I were just a little more religious, I'd read that announce table its last rites.
I wouldn't go that far. I'm just saying you can use it as fuel to motivate you. There's a reason he's called the Animal, and it's not because he has fleas.
Yeah, and there's just enough give to those ropes to make this an extremely lethal maneuver.
I have no idea how you could recover from that and then compete.
Ashley is one diva who's very easy on the eyes, let me tell you. Nobody's beaten more world champions than Kennedy, and nobody's done it faster.
Shawn Michaels has one of the most storied careers in WWE history. And considering that he's a third-generation superstar, that comes as no surprise.
Wow, now that's a shocker. I didn't expect a match to end like that.
He wants out of this unforgiving steel cage, and who can blame him?
What a win. That superstar definitely knows what he's doing out there.
I'm sure his mother is very proud of him. The rest of us, not so much. Yeah, but I hope his younger fans don't try to duplicate the moves they see him perform here tonight.
Man, that's why foreign objects are a superstar's best friend.
Here it is. He's building up a head of steam, and he's about to let his opponent have it. King Booker has done nothing good for his so-called subjects.
Rules and bones were meant to be broken. Hey, wasn't that on a t-shirt somewhere?
Can you imagine looking across the ring at Kane as his opponent? He pulled his opponent down and denied the escape from the cage. He certainly hasn't, and from the sound of things, they haven't forgotten him either.
Yeah, and if you can dish out this kind of punishment, you are definitely putting yourself in a good position.
I'm kind of surprised he got the pin. I figured we had more match to look forward to.
In your experience, what was most often the deciding factor in a match? So when you see JBL in action like this, do you think he misses being an active competitor? You know, girl, Tori Wilson's just a farm girl at heart, born and raised in Idaho.
Oh boy, I hope this superstar wasn't planning on reproducing, if you know what I'm saying.
That's a good point, partner, but you can't blame him for wanting to celebrate a victory like that. The tide could turn in the blink of an eye, and his opponent shouldn't be taken lightly. You women have embraced the WWE diva lifestyle like Ashley has. As hard-hitting as Bobby Lashley is, he's just as soft-spoken.
You think if he stopped at 9, the world would stop turning? It boggles my mind.
What a brutal match, and the loser has paid the ultimate price. His opponent was looking for a quick escape, but he had other ideas. Never questioned his ability, tactics maybe, but never his ability. What a relief it must be to be able to walk back to the locker room after winning a match like this.
Family squabbles sometimes. That's just how it is. That's how it goes.
He sure will, partner. There it is. The lasso from El Paso. I feel the same way, partner, and we see a lot of shows over the course of a year.
What kind of a moron falls for an obvious trick like that? Oh, God.
You think they're playing a game in there, do you? Oh, wait a second. Maybe they are.
I don't know whose crutch that is, but they're going to have a tough time hobbling out of here tonight.
Yeah, Styles, but you forget. He won a lot of those titles through questionable means.
Yes, and I can name that tune in one note. That's Intense Pain in F minor.
Well, he comes from Belfast. That's almost as mean as Brooklyn. I'm digging it. The louder they are, the less likely I am to hear you blabbering. When you sign on for a cage match, you know that could happen. Ouch!
These superstars are beating the hell out of each other. 15 feet in the air. Through the roof of the cell. Please tell me that this one's over.
The guy's like a monster movie brought to life. Kind of like your first date. Stuff like that belongs on the funniest video shows, not in a match. Come on. Oh, man, I've been there before, and let me tell you, not fun.
Whoa, the playmaker with authority. Take 2 aspirin and hope you wake up in the morning. I think he's willing to risk that to add a little extra excitement to tonight's match. Actually, when I look at the masterpiece, I'm glad I don't have the out-of-control ego that he does. This crowd sounds like they're about to blow the roof off of the building. He's using that ring rope in ways it was never intended to be used. Oh, the masterpiece is a piece of something, all right, but I'm not sure art is the word I'd use. There it is, the Anaconda Vice. He's choking the life out of his opponent. I don't think this will work, but you can't question this superstar's heart. Unless you've brought your best against the game, you don't have a lot of hope of winning. Kelly Kelly is the leader of ECW's Extreme Expose Dance Troupe. I have to agree with you. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. And she nails Starstruck. What an impressive display of athleticism.
Can't start climbing out of that cage until you know your opponent ain't gonna follow.
If I had a big dude like this Shad as my partner, I'd stick to tag teaming also.
The promise of fame and fortune is within his grasp. Can he reach it? Oh my God, what a choke slam! All the way from hell!
You take too many of those, and you'll be needing one to help you get around after the match.
Great. Looks like we'll be standing up for the rest of the match. No, I don't look tall when I'm standing.
It's not his eyes you gotta worry about. What a wicked pump handle slam.
He's adding insult to injury by using that move against his opponent. That's not its intended use, but I think it did just what he wanted it to. Mickie James is one of the premier female competitors in WWE.
Beating of the minds. I like that. In fact, consider that line stolen.
He got away with it that time, but he can't fake his way to victory here tonight. The last ride, to be precise. What a devastating finisher. The big boot connects, and he might have knocked his opponent out cold. What a night of action, and I have a feeling the best is still yet to come.
Oh, man. Them steel ring steps, they don't tickle. Trust me.
Neither have I, partner, and this might be enough to get the tap out right here.
I can't believe this. Did he really just chuck his opponent off the cell?
Can you believe that one? A victory by submission. Talk about impressive. Now, that's a kilt, I'll have you know, and it's traditional Scottish attire. This capacity crowd has been on its feet the entire show.
You know what? If you're such a great journalist, why not go in there and interview him right now? I bet you can hear that sound all the way up, even in the cheap seats.
You know, I don't think you can keep going for much longer after taking that much punishment.
Straight into the wall of this unforgiving steel cage. And now, repeated skull slams right into the announce table.
Man, I'll tell you, these great WWE fans definitely got their money's worth.
He went south of the border with that one, amigo. And that could be all she wrote. How humiliating to get hit with your own signature move like that. Oh, would you look at this? Talk about arrogant. It's sickening.
Man, you couldn't ask for anything more from these guys. Talk about leaving it in the ring.
Look out below, because one of these two is going to take a long drop.
How could you not? He's the heart and soul of the original ECW. I think JBL also set a record for most consecutive matches won by cheating. The longer this match goes, the more conditioning becomes a factor. Look at that, that's gonna go over big with the fans and build some momentum at the same time. Carlito is proud to be the coolest superstar in sports entertainment. He's got some bad intentions in mind, and they involve that security barricade.
They're not the only ones. I mean, come on, I could watch Bret Hart compete every night of the week.
So what are you trying to do, make some kind of like deep metaphor or something? You're an idiot.
He sure did, partner. A victory by submission is nothing to sneeze at. I don't know who's more excited, me, the fans, or the superstars themselves. He's gonna work on the arm of his opponent, and he's using the ring post to do it.
That was some bad judgment right there. You gotta make sure your opponent is out.
Look at this dude's intensity. He's ready to start busting some heads.
I think that's the point. If you're unpredictable, you can catch your opponent off guard.
Hey, what's the deal with Tori's dog? She's always carrying this thing all over the place. What's up with that? Every superstar is different, so you have to have a different game plan going in.
Actually, I can think of one who might, but that's a devastating maneuver to be certain. He's using that object with sickening effectiveness. I hope somebody stops this.
No doubt, anyone stupid enough to underestimate Foley deserves what they get. They know they're going to see a great night of competition, and they don't want to miss a thing. No doubt, you can't argue with success, and Shad's had plenty of it.
Yeah, head first, straight into the ground. What a DDT!
You got to be kidding me. A count out? That's how this thing's gonna end?
Oh my God, did you hear the impact of those steel steps?
It's pretty much impossible to stop someone once they made it this far. Yeah, and give him an F while you're at it, for no freaking way you're gonna lift him.
That's why I admire the boss, man. The guy can do it all.
Boy, the person who assembles those things for us has unparalleled job security, doesn't he? Wait a minute. You're looking at her smile? What's wrong with you? Oh, never mind.
That's it! He reached the top! Only one way to go from here.
Through the table! His opponent's in no shape to stop him now. I understand why it has to be done, but I don't imagine that makes it any easier.
And he does it all with a smile on his face, and the fans love him for it. Roddy Piper's a terrific guy for sure, but I'd never turn my back on him in the ring. Roddy Piper's a terrific guy for sure, but I'd never turn my back on him in the ring.
Each shot brings his opponent closer to the brink of unconsciousness.
I swear, I don't think I've ever seen a superstar pop a crowd the way Austin does. I swear, I don't think I've ever seen a superstar pop a crowd the way Austin does.
I don't have to do anything of the sort. I find his arrogance disgusting, frankly. Matches like this really show how sports entertainment is evolving. I'd compare them to Boris and Natasha before I'd compare them to Brad and Angelina. I'll be sure to pick up a copy of your guide to being a role model for him after the show.
I'm not sure if everyone's going to be happy about it, but this one is in the books.
What an incredible match! I hope we get to see a rematch!
He's making a break for it. Smart thinking. It's not like he's getting paid by the hour.
It's unfortunate, but you always run that risk in a match like this.
It's a tough position to get out of, and it really gives your opponent a chance to work you over.
That's an understatement. Not only does it jeopardize the match, but your health. The human body was never meant to endure a fall like that. Ugh! I don't know if wearing an athletic supporter even helps that.
I don't care how tough you are, that's not the kind of impact you just walk away from. He's lethal with that step over toe hold face lock, and it's locked in.
He's got his opponent in the casket, and the match almost won. That exposed turnbuckle is a weapon, and it's being put to good use.
Say it ain't so! He just chucked his opponent right off the cell!
Oh my God! He just sent his opponent through the roof of the cell!
Time to head back to the locker room and lick your wounds, 'cause you're done there, buddy.
Did you see that? He just drove his opponent right through the table. Yeah, right. How could I forget that all-important aspect?
He's got his opponent trapped in a turnbuckle, and here comes the knuckle sandwiches.
I believe it, partner. The sound of the impact alone is painful enough. I can't argue with his results. It's his methods that I object to. He is literally inches away from escaping the cage. I guess that's why this capacity crowd is so appreciative of their efforts.
Jeez, are you seeing what I'm seeing? I don't think this arm's got much left.
And it looks like he's been bloodied. This is not going to help his chances. And her risky behavior pays off. She hit Starstruck perfectly.
Oh man, whatever you do, you can never ever let him get a hold of your leg.
This is exactly what makes a cage match so dangerous. It's sickening the way Chavo Guerrero has turned his back on the fans.
No kidding. That's a hell of a lot worse than having your shoulders pinned to the mat.
This referee better be on his A game because this match could go down to the wire. You know it. I am so fired up for tonight's show. I can't wait.
Oh, man. This is just about the last hold you want to find yourself in.
Look at the fire in the eyes of the great Khali. He's here to make an impact. The ref had better open his eyes before one of these superstars loses theirs. The fans definitely love this superstar, partner, and for good reason.
He just nailed his opponent with the pounce. Oh, I love that move.
How do you compare today's superstars with those when you were active in the ring? This superstar is all fired up, and so is this capacity crowd. Why doesn't he put his money where his mouth is and continue with the match?
Torrie Wilson looks as lovely as ever. Wow. Nope, and let me tell you, that padding doesn't soften the blow much at all neither.
Can you believe the Brothers of Destruction are on the same brand now?
That's the price you pay for not making sure your opponent is down. I'm with you, partner. And now they're here to put on a great show for all of us.
Let me explain something to you there. I wouldn't have it any other way.
She nails the spear. Anyone get the license plate on that sports car? He put his body on the line for that one, and it paid off in a big way.
Oh, look at that. Head first into the table, over and over again.
The dead man's been at this a long time, but he might have met his match here tonight.
Look at them. There's a definite test of wills going on as we speak. I'm thinking a new strategy is in order, one that doesn't involve head trauma.
Not easy getting out of that cage. Trust me, that's not some kind of jungle gym. I knew they were going to put a show on like this. I would have told them to raise the ticket prices.
No kidding. She's faced the best in the business and come out on top.
Sweet chin music. That's guaranteed to take the fight right out of you.
Ha! I love it! He just uses opponent's finisher against him.
Look at this. This is exactly what makes a match like this so dangerous.
Oh boy, that turnbuckle is not where you want to be at this point in the match. I think I know what's next unless his opponent can do something about it.
Obviously, that could affect his opponent's ability to see clearly for the rest of this matchup. I don't follow your advice too often, but I think I'll listen to you this once.
Wow, that was a heck of a match. I wouldn't mind seeing it go a little bit longer, though.
Someone's on the way to a dirt nap right now. Get it? Dirt nap.
Whoa, that table just flew apart. I'm surprised his opponent didn't, too.
Nope. As a matter of fact, there were some times I didn't even think he'd survive the match.
Man, a vicious series of head slams straight into our announce table.
I'd say this matchup has lived up to expectations so far. What do you think, partner?
When you're out for blood, there aren't many better ways of getting it to flow.
I can't remember the last time I've seen that much brutality in a match.
That was a good warm-up for him. Being in the ring is like its own little war zone.
If you can please your fans on the way to a victory, then more power to you. You might be right, but I have to wonder if the risk is worth the reward.
I'm surprised they let you across the border there. I figured I'd have to call this one of my own.
It's the rock bottom. I'd wager that this match is just about over.
I'm going to have to go out on a limb here and say I'm the most excited. You got a problem with that?
The Elijah Express. And that's a ride nobody wants to take.
Oh man, wicked shining wizard, right to the bean. Not just strong, but he's quick, and that's what makes him even more dangerous. Talk about up close and personal, we're getting a great view of the action right now. Good gosh, that ain't exactly the best way to return to the ring.
He's been chomping at the bit to get this thing on. Now's your chance. Sandman's got something in common with his style and his looks. Neither are pretty. Everyone's blood is pumping here in the heart of America, mine included. Piper may be the toughest dude ever to wear a skirt. Well, besides you. Piper may be the toughest dude ever to wear a skirt. Well, besides you. When you get that kind of pressure applied in your body, it takes its toll. Welcome to casket country, buddy. Population. You. Yeah, but I'm not sure he's going to add another one of these superstars to his list here tonight.
Listen to the sickening impact of that speaker against a human body. Talk about adding insult to injury, and these fans love it. Well, matches aren't beauty pageants, and they certainly aren't judged on style points. It's also tough to out-cheat him. He bends the rules like they're made of pizza dough.
Possession is 9/10 of the law, man. That baby's gone.
And there's the submission hold. What a deadly maneuver this is.
Wow, look at that submission. I ain't never seen it executed better.
Oh, what goes up must come down, but usually not that painfully. Mr. Kennedy's brash and arrogant attitude hasn't won him many fans.
Looks like someone's redefining the term audience participation. Check this out. Trust me on this. It's better to give than receive.
Kelly is just as sweet in person as she is pretty.
I think they're going to need a little more time to let their bodies recover first, though.
And what a way to do it! A tombstone pile driver!
I know physical punishment is part of the game, but I can't believe you're enjoying this so much. Well, it's painfully obvious someone in the arena doesn't have much heart in them.
I need to get me like an MVP jersey or something. The guy's pretty good. I dig it.
This is not a fight that either combatant can afford to lose.
I've been there many times, and it's not heartwarming, that's for sure. They better not give him too much. I'm not sure they'd have a whole lot to spare.
He just forced his opponent back into the match with authority.
Oh man, it's never a good thing when your opponent's got you by the barricade.
I'd like to see things get a little nastier in there, but I can't complain either.
Clothesline from hell. He just about decapitated his opponent. That's just sadistic. That'll take the fight out of anyone in a hurry.
When a master lock is put on you like that, there ain't much you can do about it.
He's applied the master lock, and now he's cinching it up. Chad grew up on the mean streets, where he learned to fight, among other things. After seeing what Kane looks like under his mask, I'd feel better if he put it back on. These competitors are going to trade blows until someone falls off the ladder. I don't think getting head smashed in was on that superstar's to-do list today.
And mark my words, he's going to see a lot more championship gold before he's done. Yeah, that's true, but the thing about hearts is they got to pump some blood to the brain. This is exactly what you can't let happen if you want to win a match like this.
Easy, easy. You can go and get yourself fired if you want, but leave me out of it, all right? Easy, easy. You can go and get yourself fired if you want, but leave me out of it, all right?
You and me both, partner, but the referee counted the pinfall, and that's that. She's got an extensive gymnastic background, too, though, which means she can hold her own in the ring.
This is the moment of truth, baby. The briefcase is coming down right now. That's an understatement. The guy's head has hit more chairs than most people's butts.
Well, there is a little issue over mental instability that may slow him down a bit. There he goes, tossed out of the ring and out of this match. I'd just as soon watch from a distance personally. It's a little too close for comfort.
Whoa! I think these fans have got a little something they want to share with us.
From Diva Search winner to Playboy cover girl, Ashley's done it all. I don't think we have to imagine it, my friend. He's showing us right now. And with it go the monitors. Well, my mom said TV was no good for your brains anyway. What incredible impact! The table practically exploded! Okay. When is he going to start fighting like a man and stop playing possum? Thank you for a mental image that will haunt me until my dying day. Oh my God! Thrown from the top of the cell!
Well, part of the problem is that there aren't any guys like him. Yup, and there goes the monitors. I wonder if that's going to come out of his paycheck.
I don't have a tape measure or nothing like that, but it had to be at least a 30-foot drop.
Whether you like this superstar or not, you got to have a little sympathy right now.
And we've seen that pounce knock many a superstar out of their boots.
Edge is always thinking 3 moves ahead. You can't outsmart this cat.
No doubt. As long as he's got that thing, he's in the driver's seat. Here come the close fist punches. Gee, I wonder how many they're going to be. You got to do whatever it takes to get the hell out of that casket pronto.
What a devastating playmaker. I don't know if his opponent will be getting up.
Mickey's a multi-time women's champion, and it's not hard to see why. Yeah, the Heartbreak Kid has done it all. He's beaten the best in the business. He ain't letting his opponent get away that easy. This thing's not over yet.
I think I see red. Yes, he's busted open. Oh, my God. He's got his opponent in the casket. This could be over right here.
Kelly has grabbed the attention of both the fans and the performers.
Well, I can't argue with that. And Chavo's about as good as it gets. This capacity crowd definitely has their favorite in this contest.
You got to make sure your opponent's on Dream Street before you start making a break for it. It's not his eyes that you got to worry about. It's that wicked pump handle slam.
Wow. I guess it's true what they say. All's fair in love and war. It's a tough industry, man. You need every advantage you can get.
Oh, man, that's a real good reason to want to get out of that cage right there. You might have a point there. It's hard to plan your next move when you're too angry to think clearly. And he got all of it. Textbook execution. If this match wasn't personal before, it certainly is after that. Me too, partner. It's great to be back in ECW. Maybe I don't give you enough credit for your bravery, partner, or maybe you had a death wish.
Kind of bugs me that these fans boo everyone who cheats except Flair. I don't know about that. The guy's put plenty of hurt on superstars in his day. I don't know about that. The guy's put plenty of hurt on superstars in his day.
And man, did it pay off. What a huge frog splash.
Good God! Mr. McMahon is jacked! He's ripped!
He certainly isn't. Tremendous performer and a pretty nice person to boot. These fans can't get enough of Torrie Wilson. Neither can I.
Holy great match, Cole. Talk about a rocket buster.
Nothing will take the fight out of a superstar quicker than a move like this.
That's his salute, paying homage to our troops in the armed forces. He might be trying to pick apart his opponent right here, one piece at a time.
He's like a wild animal trying to get free of something, like your last date. With that bookend, he's looking to put his opponent on the shelf for real.
Nice. You know what? I always thought there was too many rules in this business anyway.
He's been looking for this move all night, and here it is. It's true, Snitsky's as tough as shoe leather, and looks like he's made out of it too. The risk these competitors take is a testament to their toughness. Nothing good. With that shot, he may have knocked the wind out of his opponent. You got him all wrong, partner. In fact, I paid them to watch my wallet for me. The table's been broken in half, and so has his opponent. His opponent is down, and he's taking full advantage of it. Thanks for that nugget of information, my friend. You're nothing if not thorough.
Not everyone. Remember, someone's got to lose, and losing's not fun.
He knows his opponent is completely helpless to resist this submission hold. In her case, I guess you can't keep a bad girl down either. Damn, I'm funny.
Everywhere Torrie goes, she just wins them over with that beautiful smile of hers.
Seeing The Rock in action again makes you realize just how great he is.
He's high talent out of there. That's a darn good strategy for winning. You do the same thing when you see stray puppies, right? So that's not saying too much. No fooling. Hey, not for nothing. I wonder who I got heat with to be stuck with you.
You really got to watch out for your opponent when they're getting fired up like this.
That's what being extreme is all about, partner. Or have you forgotten? I just can't believe how many times Chavo bends the rules in any given match.
Oh, man. I guess if you're going to dish it out, you better be able to take it.
Right over the barricade, and these two are now out in the wild. Oh, he's also somewhat conceited, a little shady, and frankly a cheater.
He's going right after that leg. That can only mean one thing.
Wow. The power of the punch connect. What a shot.
Oh, good gosh. Mick kick right to the mush.
You may be. Boo! Gotcha! I guess you're right, jerk.
Smart move, using that barrier as a weapon against your opponent.
Bet the local weatherman didn't predict fist-sized hail raining down in the ring. He's got that killer look in his eye and bad intentions in his heart. Knowing the chairman, I'm sure he wouldn't object to having a billion self-portraits. The figure four! The figure four expertly applied!
Oh, man, look out below. What a huge power bomb. Oh, man, nothing will cut off your air quicker than a rope across the throat.
I know better than to try and pet a tiger. That's all I'm going to say. And these fans are getting a real treat watching the Hitman in action tonight. And that's not a place you want to be when you're dealing with a legend like Terry Funk.
I'll tell you what, if his opponent's got a brain in his head, he'll get the heck out of there. I love it. Talk about rubbing your opponent's face in it.
Over the years, Tommy Dreamer has been known as the innovator of violence.
Whoever loses this fight's going to have a long fall in their immediate future.
Look at JBL out there. God, he looks good for an old-timer, huh? And that's a great way to take the fight right out of your opponent in a hurry. We sure do, and there it is, the world's strongest slam.
Hey, look, you got to be ruthless in that cage, man, and that's exactly what he's doing.
That they do, and there's no second takes for our brand of action. I couldn't agree more, partner. Let's get rolling with tonight's big show. I was afraid it was only a matter of time before he did something like that.
It's the world's strongest slam. That's just plain vicious.
If this is going where I think it's going, this could be the beginning of the end.
Man, you just can't put anything over on these fans.
His opponent better do something real quick, or else he's going to win this thing right here.
I don't think the fans like that one too much. And I'm sure this breaks this guy's heart.
Then maybe someone should hang him on a wall in a museum. Or just hang him.
Are you blind or something? Michelle's got plenty of curves to grade.
I think everyone in the arena has a feeling what we're about to see.
I was on that show, and I remember that. And I'd never seen nothing like it ever.
How lucky are we to have the best seat in the house for this match?
Did you see what I just saw? He just put his opponent right through the roof.
Oh, it's the Celtic Cross, and that could be all she wrote. I hate to see this match end like this. I was really looking forward to it. This is disconcerting. You can find all sorts of weapons under that ring.
Kennedy! Ah, man, I love when he does that.
I've always believed the pen was mightier than the sword. I don't know if that was the wisest decision by Smackdown's general manager. Oh man, it's a long way from the roof of the cell to the ring.
What's with all the pots and kettles and stuff? What are you doing, like a cooking show now? This JTG guy claims he's from Brooklyn, but I never seen him around my way.
I understand that if his head were any bigger, it wouldn't fit between the ropes to get in the ring. What a pile driver! That may have knocked his opponent out cold. He's going for it. The title is nearly within his grasp. Oh no. You don't want to let this man get a hold of your leg like that. I don't know how WWE can allow a monster like Snitsky to compete.
So what is it you're trying to do? Try and be like cool or something by making a little joke there? So what is it you're trying to do? Try and be like cool or something by making a little joke there?
And he's got it locked in. That spells trouble with a capital T. Exhibitionist, Tazz. She's an exhibitionist. If he can grab that briefcase, he gets the contract.
Stunner! He could take a dude's head right off with that one.
He's taking his opponent for a very uncomfortable ride here.
God, I'll tell you, I see nothing but bright things in Kenny Dykstra's future. Yeah, and if he keeps up at it, his opponent ain't gonna be neither.
I disagree. He's as effective as ever inside the ring.
Oh, man! What a wicked pump handle slam! What a shot! That sledgehammer will mess you up for good.
Not to mention the big guy. And I'm not talking about Mr. McMahon.
Oh, my God! They just punched a hole in the cell roof.
Oh my God! What a sickening impact from that sledgehammer! Surely there's got to be more to Finley's life than just fighting, right?
You don't. That's why Kane has so many championships on his resume.
He's got his opponent in the turnbuckles, and here come the punches.
The title's nearly in his grasp. How bad does he want it?
Whoa, that's not cool. Stealing your opponent's finisher like that.
Whoa, what an impact! That's a good way to break a rib or three.
If my heart had a soft spot, I'd be in Philly, no doubt. You gotta really want victory to put your body on a line like that. You gotta really want victory to put your body on a line like that.
And they don't get much bigger than this. Dominator! I wouldn't count on what's left of the announce table remaining in one piece for much longer.
No doubt it's the Kenton Bomb. Did you just hear that splat? No doubt it's the Kenton Bomb. Did you just hear that splat? Me neither. And I've been in some all-out wars. Believe me.
Yep, and there it is. What a huge facebuster.
If he's gonna fall from the top of the cage, he better fall out of the ring.
He did a decent job, but I think he should stick to competing in the ring.
Looks like he's introducing his opponent's face to the announce table.
Considering the fact that I'm afraid of my wife, I haven't really thought about it that much.
Well, we'll see if he can pull it off here tonight. Honestly, I'm not optimistic.
Oh, man. I don't think that was ever meant to be used like that.
The bad blood is spilling into the crowd. This fight is off the chain.
Oh, man, here's a classic move. Nothing fancy about this one.
His opponent got a little cocky there, and he paid the price. What do you think having 3 separate brands does to the superstars? What a jerk. How about a little less posing and a little more action? Oh boy, there's the submission hold. He's in the driver's seat now.
I've been locked in this hole before, and it hurts even worse than it looks.
And we're about to see why. Figure 4 locked in.
Even sitting next to a hoser like you can't bring me down tonight.
I don't have much patience for a superstar who'd rather play possum than wrestle. He lies, he cheats, he steals. That's Eddie's mantra.
There's no doubt that these two are looking to inflict some damage on each other. He's got his opponent right where he wants him, and here come the fist.
No, it can't be. Not from the top of the cell. Someone's going to need to do a little soul searching to bounce back after this loss. That may be, but his opponent will be more than willing to burst his bubble. He's got some bad intentions to hit his finishing maneuver. Or can you just keep posturing and give your opponent time to recover? Something's got to give, but it's getting great to watch it happen. Oh my God, brutal slam of the head right to that security barrier.
I'll tell you what, there better be a rematch, or we might have a riot on our hands.
No doubt. If you got a problem with it, start asking for a rematch.
This Great Khali is a bona fide monster, plain and simple.
That no-nonsense approach could help him get the victory here tonight. I know I do, and at times like these, I'm glad I'm an announcer.
If you don't get out of that casket, you're gonna wind up buried alive.
Flair's the dirtiest player in the game. How come the fans love him so much?
And I don't think he'll stop driving until they get to Concussion Junction.
I don't think there's any question in anyone's mind who won that match.
Talk about bringing the hammer down, but good. Oh, man. Tell me something I don't know. Like, I don't know, how you still have a job here.
Will his opponent stop him from escaping, or is this one over?
Well, that's just typical, isn't it? Always thinking about yourself. His physical prowess is definitely the guy's biggest high point.
She hits the hair pull backbreaker. Talk about making a statement. Alert the authorities. Someone just stole their opponent's signature maneuver. Here we go again. I think this announce table's days are numbered. Each smack tips the scales of the match even more in his favor. What a face buster. And I think she got all of it.
Another announce table bites the dust. Who pays for these things?
It's the pedigree. What a devastating finishing maneuver.
Well, I sure ain't gonna do it. You're welcome to go out there, partner.
Oh, man, he just knocked his opponent's block off with the pounce.
I'm gonna plead the fifth and not answer that on the account my wife may be watching. You don't want to cross her, man, and we're about to find out why. And there are few women these fans want to embrace more than Ashley.
Oh, man, here we go with the old top rope between the legs trick.
His opponent is out of it. He's tuning up the band.
Oh, God, he tried to hang on, but not hard enough. He's out.
Hey, that's why Randy Orton's the man, plain and simple.
He does indeed. And there it is, the frog splash. The fans brought their signage to the arena, huh? What's your favorite sign?
One of the biggest bullies is more like it. He's not that great.
Oh my God! What an impact right off the cage wall. He's driven his opponent's face directly into those steel steps. I know that, partner, and I have the utmost respect for them because of it. Shane has had his share of battles with his own father, Mr. McMahon, over the years.
Nah, I'd be too tempted to jump in that ring and start choking people out.
And there's no give to that ring post neither. That's solid steel.
He's definitely taking every advantage he can in this matchup.
Once you get to the top of the cage, you just about got it won.
You give him an opportunity like that, he'll take it and make you pay.
He likes fighting dirty, and it's easy to see why. He's pretty good at it.
This company really has the best athletes in the world. Why don't you leave those kind of comments to the guy on Monday night, okay? And count yourself lucky if that move doesn't take your head clean off.
Come on, you're at the top. Just a little bit further.
Come on, you don't win a match by taunting your opponent to death.
Come on, ref, that should have been a disqualification right there.
Oh, man, check this out. He's choking his opponent with that ring rope.
Just because Melina says she's better than them doesn't make it true. True, but I don't know a lot of animals that could match him in size and strength. That'll get your opponent fired up. Just hope it doesn't backfire on you.
And that's a good thing. You got to step up your game once you get a spot here.
Oh, man, did you see that? He busted him wide open.
He's obviously feeling very confident to try for this move.
Yeah, and they don't get bigger than this one. What a frog splash!
Are they counting the number of punches or the number of teeth he's knocking out?
I'm no psychic, but something tells me the end of the match is drawing near.
Honest mistakes, man. I'm sure I'll get the hang of it sometime.
Yeah, but what else can you do? Risk a potentially career-ending injury?
He simply doesn't have enough strength to get him off of the ground. He smells blood in the water. He's going in for the kill. You know, as a stand-up comedian, you were a great ECW champion. And a move like that will take the fight out of any superstar in a hurry. His opponent is groggy, and he's making the most of it. There's the whisper in the wind, and that caused some big damage.
Oh, for the love of... Oh, they're tearing apart that damn table.
Oh, now that was a bonehead move. There's no way you're going to make it out like that.
When you're facing Terry Funk, you have to stay on the offense. Yeah, the thing about flesh meeting wood is, the wood usually wins. This is never, ever going to work, not in a million years.
Face first, right into the announce table. I ordered the scrambled brains. Oh! Hope he wasn't planning on starting a family anytime soon. There's no question that it's hard to fight back if you can't even breathe.
You got to be in the best physical shape to succeed in that squared circle.
Trading soup bones 15 feet in the air. Ha ha, don't believe it.
I think this superstar has a game plan and is determined to stick to it. Ouch! Somebody woke up on the wrong side of the bed this morning.
Listen for the bell, because I think this match is just about over. His rants may not be family-friendly, but I kind of like it.
I could have watched that match for days, but all good things come to an end. Don't worry, the fans behind you should still be able to see just fine.
Of course I did. It may have been deafening, but I'm not deaf yet. Makes me glad I never competed in a buried alive match, I'm telling you.
Stop the damn match! That was a 30-foot fall! You and me both, partner. I'm a little nervous just sitting this close to him. Well, have you ever seen a more attractive exhibitionist than Kelly Kelly? I am indeed here and ready for a phenomenal night of competition.
And she got it. That's a hell of a face buster right there. Well, I guess it's better than being put through a table, but not by much.
He sure is. The STFU is locked in. These superstars are each just scrambling for an edge in this match. I have a feeling we're going to see someone pull out a signature move here soon. Neither one of these superstars wants to be the one to fall off the ladder.
You have to be an idiot not to take advantage of an uncovered turnbuckle.
The people are on their feet. They know what's coming next. What a huge frog splash. I swear I heard a splat. Sure is. That's what makes sports entertainment so compelling. Oh, I think they do. He's a living legend in this business. Maybe that's why I don't really care for him. To me, he's more like a goon's goon. I figure you'd admire that. He'll do anything to win a match.
Wow, these superstars aren't holding back here tonight at all.
And there it is. The upside-down head scissors connects. What a Batista bomb. Surprised the ring didn't cave in.
Talk about suspense. He's about to go home a winner. You know, I had no idea things would go the way they have here tonight.
Look at this. We got some old-fashioned brutality right here.
I think they have something against beautiful women who break the rules, specifically.
Man, what a ride. It took them all the way out of the match. The power of the alpha male is just plain scary.
It's even worse than when you're changing clothes in a limo on the way to the arena.
It's not exactly sportsmanlike, but it's not illegal either.
And there's the reason why. A major Samoan drop. These fans aren't happy about the way this one ended at all. John Cena, of course, is a movie star as well. What did you think of the Marine? I hope we have a clean decision here without too much controversy.
You bet. This is a night they're going to be talking about for a long time. He wants to get the heck out of there, and I don't blame him one bit.
If anything, he looks tougher than ever. And that's saying something.
I think everyone's going to leave the arena with a smile on their face.
There ain't room for both of them up there. I'm telling you right now.
Whether you like it or not, there's the match right there.
He's got his opponent down, and I think I know where this is going.
The fans are getting whipped into a frenzy. Here it comes. Submission hold locked in. We may see a tap out right here.
So that would explain why he's always got that rock star thing going on.
Well, it's good for what he used it for, and that's all that really matters.
This match could be over right here. He's reached the top. They say that everything's bigger in Texas, and that pile driver proves it.
There we go. Out of the ring and out of the match. That's a move that'll knock you right out cold, if you're lucky.
How does someone even hope to come back after something like that? I'm sure that means a lot to them, coming from the human suplex machine.
Oh my God! Tossed right off the top of the cell. Oh boy, that's using your head. Or maybe your opponent's head anyway.
Come on, ref, ring the damn bell. You can't let him get away with that.
This ain't looking good. He might bury his opponent alive right here.
Regardless, he's become a force since arriving in WWE.
He's beaming with so much confidence, he's about to burst.
Seeing Snitsky in action sends a chill up my spine.
These superstars got it in them to cause a lot of damage, believe me.
It's been a while, but that is a legitimate way to beat your opponent. And here's a little something for the fans. That's why they love him.
If your opponent knocks you down from there, you might as well throw in a towel.
My God, he might bury his opponent alive right here. Oh my God, that did some serious damage. Aren't you the one who's always preaching victory by any means? Neither do I. Stone Cold isn't a man to let you off with a warning. And he absolutely flattened his opponent with the pounce. That makes the fact that they've embraced him so much more the impressive. If he can pull down the title, he's going home with it. You sure you're not just putting a positive spin on an out-of-control ego? And neither does his opponent. Chokeslam from hell. And he's enlisted the ring post as an accomplice to do it. He's literally inches away from winning this one. The sky is falling. They went straight through the roof of the cell. It's not the safest working environment, but it's definitely the most exciting.
This is dumb. Why is he risking everything by going up there?
He's going for the Dreamer Driver, and I think he got all of it.
You think you've been bullied enough times in your life that you might have learned by now.
Mick Foley has been on the receiving end of some legendary beatings.
Time's up. Add some fuel to the fire.
It sure isn't. The world's strongest slam connects.
Who says high risk is just for guys? That was sweet.
and a vicious blow to his opponent's nether regions.
And that's why you don't make a break for it until your opponent's out.
Did you hear the bell? Me neither. So I guess the match goes on. 619! You don't get more exciting than that.
We're here to provide commentary. Talking's kind of our job. Wow, look at them up there, trading shots back and forth.
Oh man, ring rope across the face. Love it.
Hanging off the apron is not where you want to be, and that's why. Sweet chin music, almost as painful as your singing.
Tori's not just a pretty face there, buddy. That girl can go.
Well, if he wasn't before, he is now. What a twist of fate. And there certainly isn't a lot of love being shown in that ring tonight. He may have extinguished his opponent's chances for victory right there.
All's fair in love and war, and there's no love going on out there.
I don't know if you'd call it strategy or just flat-out ruthlessness.
Oh man, head first right into the steps. Did you hear that?
Here he comes! What's this going to do to the match? I don't blame you. I'm more than a little scared of him myself. You're right about that. It's the old steel cage makeover.
That's just wrong, plain and simple. It hurts just looking at it.
Roddy Piper has definitely earned the adulation of the fans. After watching this assault, I think I'm going to need to take a few aspirin.
I try to get out of that bad boy as soon as possible, you know what I'm saying?